else today is the anniversary of that is much more worthy of your attention, Bubba? Do you know? Can I tell you?
Yeah, no. What do we got?
Today is Billie Jean King's 79th birthday.
Oh, wow.
And Billie Jean King, whom I have had the great privilege and pleasure to meet. And when I tell you, I introduced her, the story of how I met her is a fascinating one. At the U.S. Open maybe 5 years ago, they were presenting her with some honor, and they asked me to introduce her. So I went out there, and they give me, usually they'll give you like a little note card with, stuff that they want you to say when introducing a person. They literally hand me her bio and say, choose anything from this that you want. When you read a biography, like I've introduced a lot of people, but I've never seen on the biography, chosen by Time Magazine as one of the 10 most important Americans of the 20th century. Like, that is a ridiculous thing. But we've been doing some research on her for our upcoming book. And here's my favorite thing I can tell you about Billie Jean King. You ready for this? Bubba, Nuno, you're going to love this. When Billie Jean King won Wimbledon the first time, do you know what first place was? Do you know what she received as her prize for winning Wimbledon?
$10,000.
She got a certificate for clothing.
What?
I swear I'm not making that up. First prize for the women at Wimbledon, singles,
Wow.
was a certificate for clothing. By the time her career was done, she had led the fight for women to be paid exactly as much as the men for winning major championships like the U.S. Open because of the WTA, which she founded. So you could make a list. I'm not going to debate Americans, the 10 most important people in sports history, and she is unquestionably on it. So happy birthday to Billie Jean King.
Yeah, I think the most important thing we're realizing here is the show celebrates anniversaries.
No.
And that's what we do. So, no, great call on that. Great call on the butt fumble. We're all having a great time.
No,
Good
no.
job.
Billie Jean's birthday is worthy of celebration.
Sure,
you
yeah.
playing the
Absolutely is.
The butt fumble soundbite is worthy of sanctions, and you will be sanctioned.
I said I won't do Friday.
To be clear, no, that's like a for you. I know you. That's like a not having to work the day after Thanksgiving is not a sanction. Here's what we're going to do. Now you are working. That's what's going to happen. We're going to make you work on Friday, plus Saturday and Sunday, and every day from now until the rest of your life, until next year's anniversary of this. So you have I've got to figure out some sanctions because this cannot go unpunished. All right, next order of business here.
The Scoop.
The most likely matchup, according to FPI, would be the best Super Bowl ever, which is to say, right now, our analytics suggest that the AFC champion likeliest is going to be
the Kansas City Chiefs.
And the NFC champion likely is going to be
the Dallas Cowboys.
Bubba, Kansas City, Dallas is the likeliest Super Bowl. Can you imagine anything better than seeing the Cowboys, America's team, back for the first time in a quarter century, all the attention that would get, all the excitement that would get, this incredible pass rush, Micah Parsons against freaking Patrick Mahomes, who was the generational player of his time, who would be looking for his second Super Bowl. We all understand the importance of that and everything else. That would be the best Super Bowl matchup ever. Now, it doesn't mean it would be the best game. We never know how these games are going to go. But I don't think you could have ever... You go back and you go into the hype, the build-up, I'm not sure what could be a better hype game than this is, than this would be if we get it.
I want you to guess what we have as the hypothetical point spread of that game, because we can do that too.
So we have a hypothetical point spread on Kansas City, Dallas, just on a neutral site, right? I mean, that would be a neutral field.
Right, of course.
I'm going to say Kansas City minus 3.5.
It's only 1.5. We have Kansas City as a 1.5 point favorite. Our model loves Dallas right now. Loves
There's a lot to love. They're very good. And the main reason that they don't get the love they deserve is because they have a quarterback that people, for whatever reason, don't want to give the credit. Dak Prescott is an excellent NFL quarterback. I don't want to get into a debate over elite. We have made the word elite like a pejorative. We use it to fight. Well, he's not elite. What the hell does elite mean? Is elite 3 people? Okay, if 3 people are elite, then he's not elite. If 10 people are excellent, he's excellent. There aren't 10 better quarterbacks than him in the National Football League. There aren't. Someone name them. Go ahead, start naming names. Who's a better quarterback than Dak Prescott right now?
Aaron Rodgers.
That's 1.
Tom Brady.
That's 2.
Patrick Mahomes.
That's 3.
Justin Herbert.
Are you right now sure Justin Herbert, who has not won anything? People want to keep looking at Dak at all the games he hasn't won. Has Justin Herbert had a winning record?
If Justin Herbert was on the Cowboys right now and Dak was not.
Well, and if ifs and buts were candies and nuts, we would all have a lovely Christmas. Justin Herbert.
How else do we evaluate that? Then how else do you evaluate?
Well, I don't know.
who's who?
I mean, I'm old enough to remember when Trevor Lawrence was going to be the greatest quarterback of all time also. So don't tell me Justin Herbert. I get it. He looks the part.
You said name names. I'm just naming names.
There's no way Justin Herbert right now is a better quarterback than Dak Prescott.
Fair enough.
I mean, if that is true, then he has the worst coach ever. That's what's going to happen, is that Sean Payton is going to be the coach of the Chargers, and they're going to be great, because I do love Justin Herbert, but go ahead.
Okay. Tua.
No way. Tua, you're right now ready to say Tua is better than Dak Prescott.
I'm just naming names.
But no, right now, take your hatred for the Cowboys out of the equation. I'm giving you one quarterback to take your team through a playoff run. You're taking Dak or Tua. Who you got?
You're taking Dak.
Yeah, absolutely. You give Dak an Olympic track team to throw the ball to, and he'll look pretty good too.
Josh Allen.
Yeah, Josh Allen, yes.
I'm going down the QBR leaderboard
Go
here.
ahead.
Geno Smith.
No. I mean, look, he's having a great year. God bless him. I'm happy for him. I'm nowhere in the world I'm saying Geno Smith is better than Dak.
How about Jalen Hurts?
No, I'm not ready to say Jalen Hurts is better than Dak. He's trending that way. Jalen Hurts has been magnificent. I think I need more than a 10-game sample, because he has never looked like this before. Now, I am definitely buying into Jalen Hurts. I think he's tremendous. He may be the most improved player I've ever seen. And he gets the majority of the credit for that, and then the organization gets a lot of credit for it too. But I'm not ready to say right now he's better than Dak Prescott.
How about Joe Burrow?
Yeah, I think Burrow is.
How about Matthew Stafford, who won the Super Bowl last year?
No. Matthew Stafford is not better than Dak Prescott. He's not. He's not.
Jimmy Garoppolo.
Hell no.
Kyler Murray.
Definitely not.
Russell Wilson. Mac Jones.
Keep trying.
Ryan Tannehill.
I think we're done here.
Justin Fields.
So even
Lamar
if I gave you-
Jackson.
I said Lamar, didn't I?
No, you didn't say Lamar Jackson.
Lamar Jackson.
No, Lamar is better.
Yeah, he is.
But I don't think we're at 10, no matter what.
One,
You're
two,
at
three,
6.
4, 5, 6. That's 6, is my point. And let's even give you some of the maybes. If I gave you Justin Herbert and Matt Stafford, he'd still be 9. Like, where do you want the kid to be? So here's what we love to do. We love to talk up the Cowboys, and then we love to tear them down. Dak Prescott is a terrific NFL quarterback. He's not a quarterback you win with. Jimmy Garoppolo is a quarterback you win with. The 49ers are really good. Their coach is elite, and they win with Jimmy Garoppolo because he is exactly an average quarterback. Jimmy Garoppolo it's not the Mendoza line, because the Mendoza line stinks. What's average? A replacement player is a replacement player an average player, whatever the exact average is?
Yeah, like a player that you could plug in, a player from AAA, and get the same thing. A replacement level player. That's Jimmy Garoppolo.
Okay, so
is
that's
better
not
than
average. So he's way better than that.
Right.
I'm trying to think,
So-
what's average? Whatever average is,
league
Jimmy
average
Garoppolo's
starter.
average.
He's a league
He's
average
a
starter.
league average starter. Dak is way better than
Is he
that.
better than Kirk Cousins?
Yes, way better than Kirk Cousins. Not even close. Kirk Cousins has Justin Jefferson, Adam Thielen, and Dalvin Cook. He hasn't won a damn thing ever. They just lost. Dak just beat him 40-3 and went 22 of 25. And yes, Dak is way better than him. What I'm saying is you're not going to get to 10. Let's even say I'll give you some of the pushes. I'll give you Justin Herbert. I'm not giving you Stafford. There's
Okay.
no way Matthew Stafford is better than Dak Prescott.
So what you're saying? So let's figure out that cutoff point.
I'm giving
then.
you Herbert. I'm going to make him 8.
So
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
what
I'm
you're
making him
saying
8.
is, like,
and
that-
that's Rodgers and Brady also, who we're putting in there on reputation.
True.
Now, deservedly so. They're two of the great. They're in the top 10 all time.
Right.
So I'm even willing to give you them. But a year from now, those guys are probably gone.
What I'm trying to do, though, is just find the baseline of how good do you have to be for your team to still be able to win. If you think he's better than Stafford, they just won the thing last year. This Cowboys roster, front to back, is better than the Rams.
Look, Jimmy
was last
Garoppolo
year.
has been like one play away from winning the Super Bowl. You can be
Right.
a league average starter. What you can't do, I don't think anymore, is win the Super Bowl with a bad quarterback. But I think you can win it if you're otherwise excellent with a good quarterback, and Dak Prescott is better than that. That's the point. That's why the Cowboys have a chance.
Can they run the table as the 5 seed is my question.
I don't know that they're going to have to, Hembo. We did it yesterday. They have 4 consecutive winnable games. I forgot what they are already. Do you know them in your head, Bubba? We did this yesterday.
Well, I know the next 3 are Giants, Colts, Texans, and I forget who the 4th one
And then
is.
the 4th one, I think, is Jacksonville.
That's yeah, it is Jacksonville. You're right. Yeah.
So before
the
they
first 3 are at home for
they
sure.
should
too.
win those 4 games before they deal with the Eagles. All the Eagles have to do is lose one of those, Because once in the meantime, then if the Cowboys beat them in their own building, now the season series is a split. And I don't know what the next tiebreaker is going to be. It
TBD.
becomes and all of that. Who was the Eagles lost to? It was not in the division, right? Yes, it was. It was Washington.
Commanders.
So they have an additional loss in the division. I don't know what the Cowboys' in-division record is. But one way or another, I like the Cowboys. I think they have an excellent chance.
So pivotal, though. 21 of the last 22 teams to reach the Super Bowl won their division. The only one that didn't was Tampa in 2020. And in order to get to the Super Bowl that year, they didn't even have to play in front of full stadiums. Like, that bye is going to be enormous. It is going to determine almost single-handedly who is the favorite to come out of each conference.
Yeah, they didn't have to play in stadiums because of COVID.
Right.
It's a reasonable point.
Okay.
All right, we'll see. One way or another, that would be an awesome Super Bowl, and I hope it happens. You know what? You know what makes AutoZone America's #1 battery destination? It's because they offer free battery testing and charging and reliable replacement batteries starting at just $79.99, and they've always got your battery solution.